Fire away.
All right. Hi, guys. Now you've got slabs, right? Look at these beautiful slabs. I've been rolling slabs all morning. Now we need to do something with them, right? So what are we going to do? I'm going to show you two different techniques. One is pressing molds, and then the other will be constructing molds. But this video will just be pressing molds. It's such a cool way to work. So here is a square, right? Let's say I need some squares for my project. I'm going to take a slab, and I've already done the serrated rib and the smooth rib to make that work nicely. Now I'm going to take this little square, and I'm just going to give myself some extra clay. From this, I could, of course, measure, do all of that, but for the sake of a quick and easy video, I'm just going to knock it out. And then, you know, this is a terrific way to work, especially if you have like multiples of something, if you want to make a bunch of a certain shape, or this is also a great way to make like a base for something. Okay, so I'm again, right, I cut these edges, so now I've disrupted that grain. So now I'm gonna compress those a little bit so that I don't wind up with any cracking. So I'm just kind of using the long part of my hand to compress, because I don't want a bunch of fingerprints in it. I might actually do a little more of that, just in case my square isn't very good. This is another great way to compress edges, right? Just tap them. Very simple, very easy, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm gonna smooth this. Now here's another opportunity where if I wanna add some texture, I can. So I think I will. I'm gonna use one of my MKM rollers, which I really like, and then I'm gonna mist it. Just a soft little mist, and I'm gonna roll this onto my slab. Isn't that a beautiful pattern? Right? Got a little overlap there. Now, here's the magic though. This is the coolest thing. So we've got a whole shed full of foam that's over behind the whiteboard where I leave you notes. And there's all sorts of foam in there. So I'm gonna take this nice piece of foam, it's good and thick. Got my little slab on top. Gonna take my square, this is a hunk of wood, and I'm just gonna center it onto that square. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Boom. Just give it a good hard push. I'm gonna pop out my little wood block. Come on, baby. Come on out of there. And I've got a little tray. Isn't that cute? So you can think about other ways of doing that. Here's a, like maybe you're doing something kind of floral. Maybe your, you know, I don't know, maybe your abstracted animal is gonna be bumblebee and it needs a flower or something to sit on, or maybe you're doing frogs and they need some kind of lily pad. I don't know, whatever it is you're doing. Now I'm going to, with this one, sorry if that's in the way, I'm going to again compress those edges. So I'm just compressing in a little bit. And what I'm gonna do with these two, and I'm gonna do it before I press, because, right, if this is having the appearance of being floral, that's a pretty thick edge for a flower. So if I just mist it with some water, mist my fingers a little bit too, and then I'm gonna take that edge and just put my fingers together to make a little taper, and that makes a really nice kind of fine leading edge. So my entire slab isn't thin, but that edge has the appearance of delicacy and thinness, which I think is quite lovely. Now, if I was a fancy video person, now I would put this in, fast forward and get through this really quick. But I'm not a fancy video person. I'm a fancy clay person. So you're gonna have to use your imagination, boys and girls. Right, so I'll just do two edges there, then you'll be able to see how those come up. Very nice, okay. Got a nice thin edge there, but look at how nice and delicate that edge looks compared to that edge, right? So a little bit of TLC on your edging will go a long way. All right, so now I've got my foam right there. And I've got this nice little egg. Some of you use these for paddling and anviling your big historic pieces, but they're handy for lots of things. So I'm gonna put the damp side of my slab down because I don't want it to stick to my mold. And again, gonna place it in the middle. It's a little wet. All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set, boom! Roll it around a little bit and look at it, just brings it up like a little flower. Isn't that cool? And this will hold its shape. There's enough compression, there's enough pressure that will hold its shape. Cool, huh? Last thing is to make kind of a more, I'm gonna say fancy plate, I guess. Yeah, we'll call it fancy. I don't know if I have enough slab left here. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, so follow me with your eyes. I'm gonna show you where these are. They are right here. They're called press molds. So this is where the wax lives, where the magic socks live, where the bisque molds live, and also where the press molds live. And these are fun. I've just made these over the years for different demos and for different classes and things, but maybe you want to make a larger platter, right? You can have a larger slab and do a big press and do a large slab. Maybe you want something cloud shaped, right? I am quite fond of, well, I like this one a lot. But maybe I'll do no, I did that, yeah. We're gonna go with this guy. Do I have enough clay? Yep, so I don't have enough clay there to do this one. Maybe we'll do a smaller one. Nah, we're just gonna use an extra, or a different slab. So there I go with that one. Now, here are my options, right? I can cut this out floral to match the shape of my press mold, or I can just do a circle and have a floral press, or I can do, you know, a square, have a floral press, whatever it is I choose to do. So what do you think? What should we do? Floral. Floral? Yep, okay, all right, I gotta vote for the floral, so we're doing the floral. Now you wanna make sure that you have enough clay that you're making both the rim and the plate portion. But so, just gonna go around there, and around there, and around there. I'm trying to keep my spacing fairly even. This is where I would come up to you and be like, that would be easier if you had that on a banding wheel. You'd be like, thanks, Al. There we go. Okay, same thing with the edges here, right? But I'm thinking of this more as a functional plate than a sculptural object, so I maybe want a little bit more thickness. I'm okay with that thickness on this one, but I would still want to refine these edges a little bit. So I'm just going to give it a quick spray. Just going to give them a minute, or I could even sponge them. You can also do that kind of dolling up afterwards, but I want to make sure that each edge is addressed, just so I prevent cracking with that little bit of compression, and to tidy them up a little bit. And again, this would be when you wanted to maybe consider texture. And if you want to consider texture on an eating surface, that's one thing that most people don't really appreciate. But you could, you know, outline your mold, or outline your press mold, and then draw a little line and then texture all around the outside, right? Which would be kind of handy. Okay, but here we go with our cute little floral plate with my not quite refined edges. Again, don't have that fast forward technology. Is this in the right position? Or does it go there? Nope, I was right that time. There we go. Okay, are you ready? Drum roll, please. There we go. Boom. Right, and you can make 6 of these in about 10 minutes, and then your entire family is ready for dinner on floral plates. Ta-da, the beauty of the slab. Enjoy.